Happy Chinese New Year! Gung hei fa choy. Do you know why we say Gong hei fa choy? A lot of people think that's a Chinese way of saying Happy New Year's. Let me tell you, it's actually not. It's a Cantonese term, means wish you wealthy this year. Wish you bring more wealth to your family this year. Why do we say this? I can tell you a story. This has a lot to do with us, Chinese Canadian and Chinese Americans. Why wealth is so important to your family. Back then, let's say 200 years ago, 300 years ago, China and where all Chinese people live, Southeast Asia, like Singapore and Malaysia, all those places, it's a not very pleasant place to live. Traditionally, Chinese people are not wealthy people like Brits, like French. Why do they end up in America or Canada or even as far as to Bahamas and Mexico? Guess what? Because all their family want their kids to have a better life. They know that if you are marginalized, this is no different than, let's say, the early migrants to the 13 states of the US. If you change environment, your kids might have a chance to go ahead to achieve American dream, to have this white picket fence in front of my yard and your yard, to live free. This is so important than your parents, your grandparents' tough life in a new country to begin. Parents recognize it. True story. Today I watched a documentary on CBC called The Fifth State. Talk about 1999. There was this group of refugees from China who landed in Queen Charlotte. Of course, that's illegal immigrant. Guess what happened next? Your paper has to process at the nearest city, which is Port Hardy. Where's Port Hardy at? That's here in Vancouver Island. So when they landed at Port Hardy, all you see is a group of rednecks. Sorry, it's PC. It's not very politically correct to say redneck. Let's say group of local residents. They protest. They say we should send those children right back where they came from. You know, they're gonna change Canada. When RCMP, is our police officer, boarded on the boat, they found this 5-year-old kid has a wet suit. Just keep holding it. So the RCMP officer asked the translator, why this clothes is so important to you? Through the translator, the little boy, 5 years old, told the RCMP officer, because you know what? My mom told me, when I come to America, I'm gonna see the people. I have to dress nicely so I can find a better job. Even for 5-year-old children, kids. The next story is even heartbreaking. There's a bunch of children sent to Port Moody, which is Vancouver, in a foster home. One day foster mom knows the feds gonna deport them. The foster mom immediately told all her foster kids, even risk her job security, even risk for prosecutions. Kids ran away at night, but still got caught. Later, after 10 years, those two kids eventually landed in America. They tried to reconnect with this foster mom. Oh, this story is so touching. What it taught me, is despite those people got deported, all those 131 people, they all have a single dream, which is American dreams. When you work hard, you work harder, you have a better life for your children and children's children. That's what Chinese New Year is about. That's what gung choy is about. And this message is not for Chinese only. Let's say you are a little kid living in Tijuana, Baja, Mexico, making $2 a day. Don't you want to jump the fence? I would have jumped the fence if I can have a better life. What about recently, 2 years ago, there's two both from Sri Lanka. Those people tried to run away from the civil war. I read the paper. There are people demanding deport them immediately. I was like, you know what? Unless you are Native American, unless you are First Nation in Canada, all of us, my people, you people, whatever you're from Timbuktu, UK, Germany, whatever. We are all migrants. We have the same goal as you and me, which is have a better life for my family and for my children. Anyway, gung hei fa choy. Wish you prosperity this year, and may God bless Canada and United States.